Hi friends, I'm Diana Neal and welcome to Take Courage. I'm glad you're here with me again. I wanted to talk about the subject of control today. And I know if you've struggled with control, it is much easier said than done to let go of control. So I put out a post today and it said, courage is letting go of control. And you know that it does take courage to actually make a choice to let go. And so you'll hear statements like, let your hair down, lighten up, loosen up, YOLO, you only live once, all these terms. And we both know when you're in high gear, taking the driver's seat, determined to hold on tight, any statement any person says is not going to help. And the reason why is control is rooted out of fear, and fear is what directs our behavior. So have you heard the term control freak? So what does that mean? It means that when a person is in control or having control issues, they are acting freaky. So what does this look like? Freaky is chaos, OCD tendencies. These things are like panic, anxiety, all of these things like that are getting in the way of your current situation, and it puts you into overdrive, and this fear is controlling the way that you respond. So for instance, today I went to my son's 6th grade orientation going into middle school, and I caught myself. Like, I was in a great mood, excited on the way there, and when I got there, my mind and myself, I completely shifted. And he wanted to do a tour before, then he wanted to go to his classrooms out of order. He did his locker combination less times than I would have liked him to do them. And just even when it came to his locker, he didn't want to organize it the way that I thought would maybe be best for him or easiest for him. And even my husband looked at me at one point and he's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just experiencing a lot of anxiety. And I didn't name it control, I named it anxiety. And quickly I was like, oh, I'm controlling things. I'm scared. And the story that I'm telling myself right now is he's gonna be lost on the first day of school. He is not going to be able to handle it. He's going to be embarrassed that he can't open his locker. He is going to fail. It's going to be horrible for him. All of these things are bombarding me. And when I finally identified them, I'm like, wow, this is getting out of control. And I'm like, none of those thoughts line up even with who he is. He's intelligent, he's a problem solver, he'll ask for help if he needs help. If he does need help, that's okay. He's gonna figure it out. He doesn't have to have it done perfect the first day. And I really had to take that truth and apply it to all of that fear that I had going on that was giving me anxiety, making me act not like myself, and I was wanting to control the situation. And lucky for him, lucky for us, I was able to recognize that and then go ahead and respond differently. And so the thing is, with control, you have to make a choice to let go of control. It is your choice. And I wanted to go over some key ways that you can let go of control, but you have to make the choice that you actually want to. So think of this scenario. You're yelling at your kids, you're yelling at your spouse, anybody that gets in your way at home on a specific day, and you're just yelling at them. That's the scenario. So number one, what I'm telling you to do is identify your feelings and behavior. This is important. You have to put language to this. So identifying your feelings and behavior looks like, I feel anxious right now because the house is a mess, laundry is piling up, and everybody is watching TV and relaxing, and I'm not. So that's real. Like, that's huge right there to stop and be like, okay, I'm being crazy with my family right now, and everybody's taking the brunt of like my issue right now. What is going on with me? So you have to identify, put language to it, and use I feel statements. You got to get honest with yourself. So then number 2, once you're able to do that, you can call out the root and you can be like, oh, this is fear. I can call it that I want control, but really underneath, this is fear. And so that looks like, okay, well, I am fearing because I have so much to do. I'm exhausted. I feel like everything's on me and I'm responsible. And I feel like if I don't get everything done, then I'm failing at being a mom. I'm failing at being a spouse. I'm failing at life. And so putting language to this and really saying, okay, yep, this is exactly what's going on with me. And then it's your responsibility to speak truth. And that in this scenario would sound like, okay, me cleaning my house, that doesn't equate to a successful life. Me thinking that this house is my sole responsibility, that's a false thought. So you have to start putting truth to the scenario. And like I always say, I'll always get it done. Everything I worry about, I always get it done. Maybe it's not the timeline that I thought I was going to get it done in, but I do get it done and I am at peace when I get there. So you have to have a truth or a default statement in the areas that you identify are your control triggers. And then you can go ahead and work through that. Have that default statement to go back to. It brings your anxiety down, it brings the chaos down, and it speaks truth and brings peace. And the last thing is find a solution. So this is where you choose to maybe bring a friend in the situation that you'll talk to. Talk it through. I say, bring people into the area that you maybe need people in. I know it's easy to be self-sufficient. It's easy to try to just take control of everything on our own, but bringing a friend in is important. Asking for help. Like, I know a lot of us, we want things done our way. I love being clean at home. I like things a certain way. I'm fixing the pillows a certain way. I'm moving the furniture over a little bit. I see pictures out of, where they should be, and I move them and tilt them. And it's like, okay, I am, I have tons of OCD tendencies. So that is where I'm at. But it's like, okay, if I ask my son a solution to like go clean up the living room that he's been in and the pillows are off a little bit, like that's okay. He did his best and the pillows don't have to be perfect. I'm taking stress off of myself. I'm giving him healthy responsibility, and then I'm not correcting it by fixing it after he's done it, showing him that, oh, you're not doing a good enough job. So it's choosing to let go of control and find a solution, giving tasks over, being honest with your family in this scenario, like, I need help. This is how I feel. I'm not saying you make me feel this way, but this is what I'm putting on myself. How can we be a team? And so it's very important to find a solution for it all. And honestly, suddenly, your lack of feeling in control, as you let go, you're gonna begin to feel flexibility and peace and ultimately freedom come into the situation that you are in. And so let's be honest, like, control looks terrible on us, and it also feels like jail. It feels like bondage. And when you see somebody else controlling, like, it does not look good on them, and you're just like, oh, ease up a little bit. So that is definitely an important area. These things are important to identify and important to find solutions in. So today, I just say start with step one. If you can't go through all of the steps that I said, start with step one today. Each little step that you take will get you closer to more freedom. So I just want to say, take courage, friends. Thank you for listening, and I'd love feedback. And if I can help you in any way to process through some of this or bring more clarity, I would love to. So you can, if you're on our Take Courage Facebook page, you can send a message, or you can even email me at takecourage3, that's the number 3, @gmail.com. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day.